There's a very straightforward way of seeing truth. You can do it in meditation. You can do it to these words. But you'll never actually know who you are without knowing yourself. To know yourself is lifelong. So how long is life? One moment. One moment. Your life has no beginning and no end. You'll never experience end. You'll never experience beginning. Because there is no other thing other than what you are. The true mantra, living is that, space, pause, that is living. With the pause, it changes the whole concept of your whole journey. Without the pause, it changes the whole concept of your journey. Moving in and out of the pause changes the whole concept of your journey. You'll never experience total silence in any body, in any state, in anywhere, in any place, in any time, in any universe. And you'll never experience total in-body in any space, in any time, in any universe, in any place. You are the coming and going that never comes and never goes, but projects comings and goings from your total whole self, your whole light that you are. It is a bit of a false way, but remember, false is truth. To say, go into the light. You cannot go into the light because you are the light. You cannot go into the love because you are the love. You cannot go into anger because you are the anger. But you're not one individual component. All these components together create your true state. And whenever you're experiencing life as anger, you're also experiencing every other state through every other being, in every other planet, in every other atom, molecule. Because truth cannot be anything other than total whole. Some call it God, Brahman, Absolute. I made a video once about a singular aspect and the journey of that aspect. Every aspect is the same aspect and it's the same journey. Every journey has no beginning, no end. It is a constant journeying. Stillness and movement are the same. Time and timelessness are the same. Pain and pleasure the same. Man, woman, same. Everything is life. Everything is projected on an up-down, moving, pulsating basis of appearing as if movement is taking place within stillness. But you only look at it one way. When you look at it the other way, stillness is appearing within movement, and movement is appearing within stillness, is to be the same. It's not about ego and overcoming mind and overcoming all these things. These are aspects of awakening, aspects of enlightenment. It is really the realization to see that we are only, as humans, believing that we are one side. Because we experience it, we 100% believe it. Because we're not experiencing soul state, all the things that are said to become after this body goes, we don't believe it. The fact is, you have multiple bodies growing inwards and outwards, because you are between the form and the formlessness. The seed, from the seed grows a tree. One aspect. Where does the earth come in? Where does the water come in? It cannot grow without everything being present. So you can go back as this body to say, well, you know what, sperm. But you cannot be here without mother and father having an act of love. You cannot be here without their mother and father having an act of love. And the whole encompassing thing that we need to survive, oxygen, earth, food, all animal life, nature, senses, emotions. So to find your true self, you have to go beyond all this. And all this is mind. All this is thought. Everything is thought. Living is that is living. How many ways of reading this? The question. Remove the question. Forget about the answer. Remove the question by looking within the question for the answer. Right in the middle part of the question is the answer. What is living? Pause. Living is what? What is living is an actual projected outward question. Living is what is taking it back inwards. That's the mirror. That's the whole thing. When you only look at one side of the question, you're only going to be directed to half an answer. When you look at both sides of the question, living is what? And what is living? Either way, what is living? Living is what? When you go to the middle point, the pause between the projected outwards and projected inwards is the answer. You are the answer. The fire will go out. It will burn itself out with no fuel. The body will burn itself out with no fuel. The ocean will dry itself out without rain. The trees will fade without earth. The sky will dissolve without universe. The universe will cease to exist without you. The aspect of death is put into place as an example that nothing exists without you. When the body goes, universes go, worlds go, people go, animals go, nature goes. Because you imagine that you cannot see anything. Death is simply because you don't understand your true complexities, the true power of your light, the true infinite state of no states and states collaboratively put together in a ball, mixed, smashed, in your hands, thrown away, up in the sky. You see, the sky can't be outside of the ball. The sky is inside the ball. You're all that. You are all that. That all are you. You see? You are all that. That all are you. Words have been tampered with, plagiarized, taken, and offered to you. Offered to the mind. The mind, in its consciousness quality, either takes them in or refuses them. You have no say in what quality of consciousness you can be in other than human. But you can visit. You can become Christ consciousness, God consciousness, transcendental consciousness, every single type of consciousness. So your mind is half dirty, half good. But you're not mind, you see? Your mind, you the owner of your mind, is half dirty, half good. When you are for the good side, you're still appearing as if you wanted to become that type of mind. When you are for the bad side, say, you know what, I've been a good guy, good girl all my life, I'm going to be bad. You're going to do all the bad things. You're earning to become mind. Same mind, appearing in two costumes, but the same. You have to go beyond mind. How do you do that? Only living exists. Living is all that takes place. There is no liver, no outcome of living, no beginning and end to living. But what happens? How can you get back to your true, ultimate living, contented living state that is beyond states that projected from living? What arose from living through an act of consciousness, enshrouding it, was our thought. Only thought is born from living. What happens? We know the rest. Thought becomes word, sometimes action. Word becomes name. Action is given a name. That one that had that experience is called that name. The thought becomes word, word becomes action and name, and they merge back into a single thought again. And the name takes life over living. The name takes over living as the liver or the lived. You see, only the name, really think about it. Only your name is the problem of suffering. Your name is me, I. It can be you. It can be a name that given by parents. These were all secondary names to your original state of whatever you were when you arrived from this womb, or before womb, before act of love between parents. The name is the problem of suffering because the suffering is always aimed at the named one. So how do you totally overcome suffering? To totally overcome suffering means it will be a momentary, the result will be a momentary release of wisdom, internally and externally, because you become the living. It's not a liver. You merge with living. You return to your essence, your holiness, your wholeness, because living is all. Some call it existence, some call it awareness, some call it God, some call it source, some call it consciousness. But living is beyond consciousness, beyond all these aspects. Living is the word, but the essence of going beyond all this, what remains with no word, is truth. Living is that name of God. But you don't want to put names back in, you see. That's the problem. Mind wants you to replace everything with a new name or an old name or a name that it can understand. Mind has to be exempt. Not the mind that creates everything, but the mind that wants to be fed. The belly full of devil mind called ego wants to give it names so that it can take it for itself. So your mantra, forget what the words mean, and it's a guaranteed success. When you take this mantra into your core gut and speak and hear and listen and smell and taste from here with your head chopped firmly off. Living is that. Comma. Pause. Space. Stay here until the words direct you out. That is living. Living is the name of God, and God is living, if you want to put the name God in. But source, truth, is you are that God. Not the God that you think is, or you know is totally beyond all of this, beyond even your state of beyond universes. You are beyond universes, but God is beyond all of yous that are beyond all of universes, that is beyond all of life. To be eternal living, to become eternal living, is the hatch door out of samsara to your eternal nirvana, your eternal pure light, your eternal source. Find the mirror. Find the mirror that you are with no sides. If the sides have sides, they shine from both ways, in and out, left and right, up and down, back and forward. They shine. Pain and pleasure, both sides, two-sided mirror, glass on either side, different things on either side reflecting from this mirror. I'm going to leave you with this. What you're looking for cannot be found looking for anything external, anything that resembles what has been passed down information and what anyone else has told you will not give you what you're looking for. External world, external body is fake. Internal soul, heaven, paradise, what you hope, you believe, you expect when this body passes, this God, this meeting Christ, this Buddha state, everything on the other side, looking for that, is also fake. There's a point where the lighthouse light shines all around it when it moves. Imagine everything that exists and does not exist shines when the light hits it. So the light is going round and round as a maple, as a phallic symbol. Sometimes seeing things, sometimes not. Everything with form is apparently real. Everything with no form is apparently fake. Both are fake. So whatever the lighthouse reveals on its journey in a circular motion for whole eternity is fake. Reality is the light in the lighthouse, and that is you. You are neither form nor formlessness, and anything that you look for within spiritual, religion, science, reality of external, spirituality of internal is a con. Don't be fooled. Do as Ramana did. Do as this speaker did. Deny everything, including your breath, your body. Don't do anything. You don't have to do anything physical. Whatever comes, thought, whatever you see, smell, touch, eat it, taste it, but you're not that. You're not this, and you're not that. Only focus is on mantra. Living is that. That is living. Fall into the middle, the pause, the void, the abyss, and become what only a handful of human beings will experience. But that's all is needed to create what is to come. Not on earth or as humans. This is trivial. What is already here? Within the lighthouse. Wow. Wow. I'll leave you with wow. Wow, and now, one moment here, space, nothingness, somethingness, between, in between, stateless state, a place where nothing takes place, not even your mind, your body, anything. No kundalinis, no effects, no sensory experiences, simple, bland boredom. The thing that you all want to avoid is the thing that we should be seeking for. Namaste.